sorry, I just had to get dressed, so I'm a little lightheaded and exhausted. I did not go to work this week because we most likely have COVID. It's Thursday. Last Friday night, I had really bad chills, couldn't really sleep, felt very, very sick, and then the next day, felt pretty much like myself. Wow, I'm so out of breath, Kyle. Now I'm actually seeing COVID symptoms. Before I really wasn't at all. But problem is, when you have Lyme disease, you are so sick. If you, like, the symptoms that I've been having, I've just felt bad. Like, I've gone to work feeling worse because of Lyme before. I've done things feeling worse because of Lyme. So it wasn't until we had family members saying they had the same symptoms as me, which on Sunday I was like, I just feel very off. I was telling Kyle, I keep feeling off. Like, my head feels off. But I was also exhausted because we just had Christmas. So I was like, man, this is hitting me a lot harder than I had hoped and thought it would. But again, that's not out of the realm of possibility that it would hit me that hard. Family members tested positive. Mom had an extra at-home test from when my dad and her were in Florida and they had COVID. And that at-home test, though, said my dad was negative. And then when he went and got the test done, it was positive. So I did that test like 4 days ago and it was negative. And I obviously didn't go to work all week, which felt so weird. Obviously I didn't because of quarantining, but it just felt so weird because it's like, yeah, I really don't feel up to work, but I never feel up to work, so it's just a hard balance for people like me. Felt really weird not being there the first week, but today's the first day I'm feeling like cold symptoms. My head has been hurting, but it's more that fullness. My nose has been a little stuffy, but I also sprayed some stuff up there, so I think I've kind of been running from that. And then I've just been really like tired, and the fatigue was a lot, but again, I deal with this stuff anyway, so we even have it. But Kyle also feels really sick. I just kept doing everything that I do, taking treatment, doing detoxes, doing my walk when I could. So like, thankfully I think that stuff helps. But past couple days, so it's been like, oh, I feel really bad this day, but then like for 2 days I feel just like I'm feeling sick from Lyme. So my doctor still wants me to come in for ozone. They have isolation rooms, so obviously I'll be masked. I'll probably double mask, but and then my friend that's a nurse, she's taking me. Mary, you guys know who she is. Hopefully that helps as well too. It's been really hard to get tests around here, so obviously I'm gonna make sure to test negative before I go back to work. And like being around people, like I'm not, even though Mary's taking me, she's doing everything she would as a nurse. Like, I'm not seeing my family or anything like that. Like, my mom and dad are dropping off water or food on our porch. So it's been hard, it's been weird because we're like, yeah, we probably do have it. And then it's like, oh, we probably just all got sick. It's just kind of a limbo. And like I said, I've probably been doing a little bit too much at home. As you can see, Christmas is still up because I've not felt good enough. Maybe by next week I'll feel a little bit better to take it. It's just so weird because I'm just so used to pushing through, because if I waited to feel good, I'd be bed bound because I never feel good. So it's just weird. So grateful the symptoms are not any more than what they have been. The fatigue and dizziness were unreal the first couple days, but that's why I didn't really think it was COVID, because I didn't have like cold symptoms. But then Kyle developed the sore throat and cold symptoms, and I'm kind of feeling that head stuff today. So if that's the case, it's been almost a week since my first symptom. A couple days Kyle and I were just like in bed. We've been separated though, just to be safe, since he has sore throat and I don't, just to not pass more germs to each other. Like 4 days in a row, that was just so bizarre. Like, I was in bed sleeping on and off for a really long time, and then I've just mainly been in bed watching TV and stuff like that. So anyway, I need to get ready. Mary's on her way. I just threw on sweats, and then because I am in isolation, I'm sure other COVID patients have been in isolation, so when I come home I'm gonna shower real quick, stuff like that. Oh, I was saying the tests. On Monday I have a test scheduled, but I have work Monday. I won't go until I have a negative test, don't worry. But that was over a week out that I had to schedule that, and it's not even a rapid. So there's a place that if you sign up at midnight. I guess you can get in the next day, but until then you can't. So Kyle's gonna do that to try to get us tests today, since someone did end up testing positive, the test from the doctor, not just the at-home test. I have both my masks in there, and I'm not gonna like bring a water this time because I'm not gonna even take it off. So I'm gonna go get a drink again before I go and get some ozone, and ozone kills viruses and bacteria and disease, so hopefully if I do have COVID, that will help as well. This is also my first time getting ozone in 2 weeks, so the Herxine might be pretty intense. When I did my peptides yesterday, I was so achy all morning and sick feeling, kind of like the first COVID symptoms if I have COVID that I had, but it also could be just Herxine from my peptides, so it's just kind of hard to know. Bert is so cute over here. What are you doing? Playing? Yeah. Oh, he's playing, but he's also getting sleepy. My nurse knows that I had a negative test, but I've still just wanted to be safe, and since we have been feeling under the weather, but because we're in isolation, Mary got to come back with me because then none of the other patients, you know, she doesn't see the other patients that are here. So we're getting ozone right now. And it's snowing. And she said, I can't tell, but I can look this way. Might have to, oh. Yesterday Kyle was throwing up, and I still just don't feel good, which is normal. We're on our way to get tests because obviously I'm not going to go to work until I know for sure, even though I had a negative at-home rapid test last week. But they say with this strand you can also get it later on, or it doesn't show up till later, but who knows, we might just be sick with something else. We get our tests now. This is my first time ever having to go get a test. We're having to go a little bit of a ways, kind of by where I went to school. So I used to go this way a lot. Kyle said first date in a while. Which is true, we've not gone out anywhere in a long time. At least not just us in a car either. Okay, we made it to our immediate care. Thankfully there's only like 6 cars here, so I mean, they're booked. Like, we had to book at midnight for the next day. Take off at least one mask. We just had both PCR and rapid tests done. Thanks. Didn't it smell so strong in there? And like, I hope it totally did. Not even for my sensitive nose. Yes. No, it was not my nose. Honey, you've gotten very bad about your sensitive. It was very chemically. Very bad about your sensitive. Yeah, I cannot handle fragrances. Also, this reminds me. Unscented deodorant makes you clean. That's not true. It's always scented. No. Your deodorants are scented. That's why. Artificial fragrance really bothers me. For those of you that don't know, I went to cosmetology school as a senior in high school, so I was already like done with school, and I was teaching dance, so a 2-year program, and I went to the first year at a high school that has like an accelerated program, and then the second year I was at my actual school. Now they do that for a lot of like degrees that you can do to like get a head start. I was already teaching dance, I knew I wanted to do hair, and I'm really grateful I didn't end up going to a 4-year school because I got sick too. But anyway, what do you think our results are gonna be, honey? What's your guess? I don't know. What I was gonna say was, if you guys have a favorite non-toxic shampoo that doesn't break the bank, let me know. go home, get back to resting. We haven't really hung out together at all just from being so sick. And
hung out all of yesterday.
Well, I was gonna say, thank you, yes. Up until yesterday, and unfortunately, just because we weren't feeling good, we also didn't want to like be too close, but he was laying down and I was laying down. But yesterday it was nice because we got to actually hang out, even though it didn't feel well. It was on one of the couches and I was on the other. So I'm assuming we'll probably do that again today, huh? Try to get some rest in, whether we're negative or positive. If I'm negative, I definitely need to rest before I can even consider going back to work. If I'm positive, obviously we'll keep resting anyway. Let you guys know the results. I think they said the tech should come in about 15 minutes, so they should be here by the time we get home. And then our PCR is at like 3 to 4 days. Negative, yay. Morning, pumpkin. Hi. Excuse the mess down there. Bizarre, we're definitely sick. Like, we've been very sick with something, and like Kyle's had a really bad cold and then the throwing up yesterday. Our family that tested positive had the same symptoms, but grateful for treatments, grateful for rest, grateful we don't have it and it's not any worse. So we're not feeling great, so we're gonna get to resting, and hopefully I'll see you guys Monday.